Do you think we will hear anything? Like, to hear...
Well, we certainly won't see it.
So, good morning. Just got up, and my host already went to work very early this morning because we're going to meet up here in the afternoon to go hiking up in the Olympic Mountains, which is awesome. I have two options now. I either can also go over to Seattle, take the ferry, but then I also have to take a ferry back, and the ferry takes at least half an hour if I take the fast one. And the second option would be to just stay on this side and explore the surrounding a little bit, which, I don't know, would be maybe a bit more time efficient. So I think I'm actually going to do this. So my host has a lot of those and he says he needs help by eating them. Of course, I'm going to gladly help them. Those are really good. Let's go. Bremerton used to be the place where all the ships for World War II were built. So everything is kind of marina themed. I'm down here at the marina now. There's a big ship over on this direction that you can visit, which is an old fighting ship. I don't know the marine terms. I really have no idea about all this stuff. But it was nice to look at the ships a little bit. But now I'm going over to this island there, which looks like it's the same island, but it's not. And there's a bridge somewhere over there that I'm taking over because there's supposed to be a nice bakery shop, so I'm gonna check that out. It's closed. You can see the Olympic mountain range back there. I mean, just a little bit. I'm not sure if you can see it in the video, but this is where we're going. Alright, good morning. I am on my way to the ferry to go over to Seattle. Let me tell you what we did yesterday. So I told you that we would go hiking on the Olympic Mountains, Olympic mountain range, and that's what we did. Yeah, I do have to do some documentation. Didn't do this at all. The problem was just that the weather was apparently not perfect for it. So this is apparently a very beautiful view of the Olympic Mountains, as you can see. Very nice. Actually, it was just so foggy and misty and cloudy that we couldn't see any of the beautiful views that there apparently are. But we still went hiking. And it was an interesting experience. Maybe not a typical experience for that, but it was interesting because at some points we were at places where we couldn't see anything of the nature. It really seemed like we were in nowhere. Do you think we will hear anything? Like, to hear...
Well, we certainly won't see it.
Well, there are some clouds, but this looks like the distance of. So this was really cool experience, even though I wasn't able to see the beautiful nature that there is apparently. And also the hike was kind of fun. It was really high up, I think like 6,000 feet, but didn't really have anything from that except for thin air. We were pretty late, so basically we went in when it was still bright, and then we started hiking down when it was getting dark, so we could even see less in the drive out. It was really scary because of it was still misty, and then the headlights were making it really hard to see. Anyway, it was a really interesting, but I don't know, I really enjoyed this experience going up there, even though I didn't really see much of the nature. So anyway, this was really cool. And now, like I said, I'm on my way back. I'm on my way to the ferry to go over to Seattle and spend some time there. But then I want to be back at around 5 because we're going climbing, which is cool, which is exciting because I didn't know that I would do that again. And I want to use my climbing gear, of course, and it's just good for me to stay in shape a little bit with my climbing. So yeah, I will probably have a nice drive over with the ferry now. So I am in the Pioneer Square district here in Seattle right now, which is the old district. So there used to be a lot of wood houses here, but one big fire destroyed everything. So they rebuilt everything with these red brick houses, and those are the ones that are still left from then. So, which looks pretty neat. The back alley that's behind me is actually the Pioneer Square. This one there. It's nice. It has a lot of trees and stuff, and especially I really like the brick houses. They really have a very distinct style. But sadly, it's only a really small part of the town that is that way. But still, pretty nice. So let's see what I can find more. Wow, yesterday turned out to be a pretty stressful day. I was pretty late. I was there only at 2:30. So I thought, okay, nice, now I have some time to explore the city a bit, and then I went around. But at some point I realized that I didn't have that much time, so I tried to get back. And I saw like, oh, I'm gonna miss the ferry that I wanted to take. I tried to avoid that by going into taking a bus, but the first bus was really slow because there was a lot of traffic, because it was the rush hour at this point. And then the next bus I thought would take me right to the ferry terminal, but apparently it turned out that it did stop there and it drove on to Southwest Seattle, which was a pretty far way out. Luckily there was a bus that went right back to the to where I started, but from there I just walked to the ferry terminal, and I was pretty late for the ferry, so I had to take the slower ferry that went like 20 minutes later, which was okay, but it takes an hour instead of half an hour, which ended up that I was in Bremerton at 6:30, even though I wanted to be there an hour earlier. Kaleb was so nice to pick me up and we drive right over to the climbing gym. But basically we ended up having only 1 hour to go to actually do some climbing, and that's what we did. And this turned out also to be very, not stressful, but I mean, we could try to hurry up, and this felt not really good for climbing. Anyway, so, and then we just went back, and Kaleb had to get ammunition because he's going hunting with his father this weekend. So we went to the Walmart and bought ammunition, which is crazy for me, but yeah, we did that. That was interesting. And then we just went back. So this was a day, basically hurrying all day. Well, it was still nice, especially the climbing part. It was cool. So yeah, see you in the next one. Hey guys, thank you so much for watching. If you liked the video, why don't you give it a thumbs up? That really helps me to stay motivated making these videos. And if you haven't subscribed already, please consider subscribing. Alright, that's it for today. See you in the next one. Bye. So which ones are you for your gun?
I'm trying to find out. This is all shotgun.